Hello, lovelies. Welcome to the dollhouse. I am Kira, your yarn host. I make things with string. I'm still trying to set up tutorial camera and figure out how that's going to work. I made a very long video yesterday explaining all of my works in progress and things and stuff, and we've had a little bit of technical difficulties, so I have to do it again because it didn't record right. So here I am, and my phone's going off, and I just have to make sure it's not my kids, because the kids are out, and I worry when the kids are out. The past week, I've been playing with manual looms. I did play with a rectangular loom and made a panel. I made my first panel. I always just made hats with a round loom. I used a rectangular loom and made a panel. Out of this is a Karen Anniversary Cakes, and this is Rainbow Dots. I had no idea how big these anniversary cakes are, and I happened to notice, I believe it was Yarnspiration's website had the dots on clearance. And I know how big a carrot cake is. And I figure for $40 and for chunky, it's going to be bigger than a carrot cake. I had no idea it was this big. I bought 3. Thankfully, I bought 2 different colors. So I have 2 of these, and I have 1 of the gumdrop dots. But when I made the panel, it came out really nice. My hand is still sore. For some reason, I don't know whether it's the little handle on the loom tool or what it is, but for some reason, my right hand is not happy at me after looming. But I did figure out that I liked the wrong side better than I liked the knit side. So I made a pillow. This is what the purl side looks like, which I think came out very pretty. I know this is the wrong side, and most people use the knit side, but I think for the size panel I made, the only logical choice was pillow. And I think it came out nice on the purl side. I like it. So I did this a couple days ago. Let my hand rest, because egad, using looms and my hands are not friends. Are not friends. So I took a break. Let me remember while I'm still on this. In case anybody is thinking of getting any of these bad boys. I know they have New Year's every oh yeah. English. Have you used it, Kira? I know they have different colors every year. And the regular price on these is $39.99. I got them at half price because I think they're last year's. But these are huge. It's a 6, extra bulky, super bulky, and it recommends an 8mm L11 hook. Machine washable and dryable, 100% acrylic. It is 35 ounces, which is 1,000 grams. 1,061 yards. And they come with this little plastic band around them that has a little white dot. Your white dot actually has the beginning of your yarn. And what I have heard from a couple people in the Yarniverse is that if you cut the yarn off of this dot but leave the plastic band on, which is under the actual ball band, if you leave the plastic band on, then your cake will not collapse as bad, and you will have less yarn barf to worry about once you get down to the skein. Remember to give you deets. That was good. I had a couple skeins of this, which is Lion Brand's Landscapes. And the color is Volcano. And this is pretty much what I saw when I bought it, because I bought it online. And I had no idea how many shades were in this. If you've never used the Landscapes yarn, it is very lightly twisted. It's got a bit of a halo on it, but it's very soft. It's very squishy, but it's also like slippery yarn. Like if you use aluminum hooks, it just kind of goes wherever it wants. So it is a little fiddly, but I managed to turn 3 skeins plus I was about 5 stitches short, so I had to start this one. 100% acrylic machine wash. Lay flat to dry. I hate the lay flat to dries. Why isn't everything just machine wash? Delicate dry, or I don't know, 3.5 ounces, 147 yards of skein. And they all have matching lot numbers. But this particular skein does not match the other 3. It does not. I don't care that the lot numbers are the same. This one does not match. But I managed to do pretty good. And like I said, the amount of colors surprised me. I have deemed this the Midnight Bonfire. It has got so many colors in it. So many colors. But it really makes a nice shawl. It's lightweight. I would consider this a chilly summer night kind of weight. It's not as lightweight as, say, Ferris wheel makes a very, I mean, you can hardly tell you're holding a shawl when you make a shawl out of Ferris wheel, even if you use 3 skeins. But this is considered a number 4. I consider this, much like Ferris wheel from Lion also, I consider this to be a bit of a roving yarn, because it does tend to go a bit here and there, thicker and thinner. But the colors and the stitch definition on this are beautiful. Beautiful. Now, yesterday, excuse me, nose itchy. Yesterday, I had, in the video that I messed up, shown you a little toddler dress that I made, but I have already mailed it. I don't know if I can show you anything from my phone. I'm not sure how that works. If you can see, I don't have a toddler. I did say on my Twitter the other day that I have no small human, but I have garment quality cotton that I would like to try to make a garment out of. And I've already made myself a real cute little baby doll shirt. And I wanted to see if I could make tiny human clothes. So one of my Twitter friends reached out to me and said, hey, my granddaughter's 24 months. She's in a toddler 2. So I looked up toddler 2 and toddler 3 sizes because I have no idea. My kids are 20 something. I can't even tell you the last time I was in the vicinity of a small human. I do not have small humans at home. My kids do not have small humans. We have no small humans. So what I'm going to try to show you is I figured out that my purse, which is Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy, and my long cat plushie were both toddler size. I'm trying to get oh no, that's not it. I'm trying to get it to focus. But I made a toddler dress. I can't show you because I mailed it already. But easy peasy. Once you learn increases and decreases, you really don't need patterns unless you want to make something specific. I kind of just played around with the cotton. I looked up toddler sizes. I looked up, chest, waist, height, average sizes. And I just kind of wung it, which is really easy with a toddler dress because all you have to do is make the body of the dress, which is just 2. No increases, no decreases. You can work in a spiral. You can work in a flat panel if you're more comfortable that way and just seam it up the back. But if you work in a spiral, make a tube. At the end of your tube where you want the skirt to start, just start doing your increases. I just did a whole row of increases, so I just had the skirt flare out and stitched little straps on because toddlers. I have little buttons on the straps, but they're non-functional buttons because toddlers unbutton things. So you don't want to give a toddler a chance to take their clothes off because they will. So I had little non-functional buttons. Hope she likes it. It was kind of one of those, she didn't order it. I just said I want to try this, so who can I send it to? And then I put a little note in there with my PayPal and said, if you want to send a tip, feel free. So, I think that's about all that's going on with me. I am still working on, this is my stupid work. This is my, I can't do anything right today, so I'm just doing half doubles over and over and over and over and over and over. And soon, this will be a Afghan lap blanket. We'll see how much we can get out of pound of Karen yarn. Let me steal this from the cat. So far, I have not really used enough to make too much of a dent. In case you don't know, Karen 1 pound is 16 ounces. Who'da thunk? I like Karen 1 pounds. It's a value yarn, but it's nice. It's not scratchy. It's not 70s nostalgia. I guess 70s nostalgia is like my base point. My, 1980s Red Heart is what I compare everything to. So, this isn't the softest yarn in the world, but it really makes for good Afghan yarn. Because it's not scratchy. And it's a good consistent 4-weight. And I will give them credit for being a pound of yarn. I haven't found a knot yet. There is nothing worse than working on a project where you're trying to emphasize the stitches, or you're working on something solid color that emphasizes the stitches anyway, and you get a bad manufacturing knot. I think industry standard allows 3 knots per skein. I don't know if that's adjustable to the size of the skein. I don't even know if I'm right. This is just what I've heard. I have had skeins with no knots. I have had skeins with lots of knots. I've had skeins that are the general, 4-weight, regular old twisted yarn that just, like, an entire 8 feet section of it just had no twist to it. So it was just all jumbly messy. And when you try to crochet with jumbly messy, that is not twisted, that's supposed to be twisted, then you end up with flat stitches. Instead of having all your stitches uniform and, the same shape, once the plies untwist, the stitches start to flatten out. So I just had to cut those sections of yarn out and find a better brand of yarn. I first fell in love with Premier. I'm expanding from there. Premier Sweet Roll is kind of my go-to. I did fall in love with Caron Cakes, but then found out I'm allergic to wool. So I really like Caron Cakes. I made myself an Afghan with the red velvet color. I started to make myself a wrap with pistachio color, and the pistachio color for some reason really set my skin off. So trying to avoid wool now. I think that's about it. I don't think I have too much more. I have had a really bad week. I'm usually more productive than this, but it's just this week. Today's nicotine of the day is 6 milligram Holy Moly from Craft Vapor, which is kind of like hazelnut cookie crisp. My best description of it. I don't know. This is how I get my nicotine. I'm not allowed to smoke anymore. And I didn't want to quit. So, this is how I get my nicotine. What else? Bernat. Michaels has a big ball of Bernat blanket yarn. It's a red splash. It's a white background with big splashes of red. And my Michaels does not carry it. And Michaels online only has 2 available right now, and I want it so bad. It looks like Murder Scene. If you have a chance to look up Michaels Bernat big blanket yarn, it's called Red Splash, and it looks like Murder Scene, and I want it for Halloween so much. Still trying to hunt down the Hirschner's yarn. Now it's saying back ordered till 10/20, I think. Today is 7/28, and it says it's back ordered till 10/20. I don't think I'm getting my Hirschner's yarn for Halloween this year. I think I'm going to have to get some when I can get it and hold it till next year, or just do like Halloween in July next year, which I'm probably going to do anyway. But that's it. That's everything new in my little yarniverse. I'm still working on the claret blanket. We'll see how much 1 pound of Caron yarn gives us in straight half doubles with a 100 chain base. I should be able to get at least a lapgan out of it with a Dalmatian border on it. I should be able to get at least a lapgan out of it. But that'll be my continuing work in progress for you. I'll keep you updated on that one. Put a couple postings up, trying to wrangle up some sales. Definitely trying to wrangle up some sales. But it's not yarn season, so I understand. It's slow right now. It's not yarn season. It'll pick up. Just keep trudging, it'll pick up. Keep making, keep making, keep making, keep making. Worst comes to worst, if things don't sell, I have a box that goes to Comfort for Critters. I make blankets for the shelter animals to take home with them when they get a forever home. So if something doesn't sell, it just goes in the Comfort for Critters box, because you can use a blanket, you can use a shawl, you can use a wrap, you can use anything for a pet blanket. So it just goes in the box. Nobody wants to buy it, then at least the furries will get some use out of it. I can't take all the furry babies home, but I can make all the furry babies blankets. So it's nice to have a reason, even if I don't have a pending order or I don't have a project that I currently am striving to make or trying to learn, then I can sit back and I can just make dog blankets, cat blankets. Those are good projects to take to doctor's appointments, because generally I can go in there with, a ball of yarn and a hook and one of my bags, and by the time I'm out, I have a blanket done, because, you only have to make blankets like this big for cats. So it's a good take-along project. There's a lot of good charity stuff out there. If you look, a lot of local places, if you contact the Children's Hospital near you, they probably have a donation program for hats and blankets. If you contact a shelter near you, they probably have a donation program for all kinds of things. I know that a lot of people do hats, not hate. I haven't checked into that one. I know it's something about blue hats. But if you have the desire to keep working, but you don't have anything to work on, or if you have yarn that is not what you expected, it's not something that, you love, instead of trying to sell it on eBay or instead of giving it away, you can always make a pet blanket out of it, or check around locally and see what charities around you need. I was not confident enough to say I can make hats, especially for people in the hospital. If I'm making something to donate, I want to donate something that I would be proud to sell. I don't want to donate anything that I kind of half-assed, So, I made kitty blankets and doggy blankets. It's a good use of scrap yarn as well, because the animals don't care what color they are. So it's nice to make them aesthetically pleasing, but the animals don't care. So, okay, my yarn universe. That was it. That's all I got. I'm going to continue to work on my Claret Vampire Throw, because my gut is angry today, so it's just going to be half doubles over and over and over and over, and then I don't have to think. and I can just watch a movie and chill and try to feel better. Alright, that's it. That's it for me today. Be good. Be nice to each other. There's not enough nice. There needs to be more nice. I've been debating about buying a coffee mug with my logo on it, or whether I should just be cheesy and put a sticker on this one. Which is probably what I'm going to do. Alright, kids. Be good. I was going to say something else, but my train derailed before the station. So that's it for me. Till next time. Be nice. Be nice to each other. Be nice to yourself. Just be nice. Be good.